Hi, my name is Ritva and I'm a part of the Traceless team, and we are on a mission to replace plastics at scale with materials that do not leave a trace.
So it's possible to replace plastics?
Yes, so what we are doing is we are taking leftovers of the agricultural industry. We extract natural polymers, which is polymers that nature already creates, and we turn them into our traceless material. This is a granulate, and it means, right, that the plastics industry can then use this granulate instead of like the normal materials on their standard machinery and on their standard technologies to turn it into a wide range of different products. After its use, it can be composted again, become nutrients again for new plants to grow, and that way closing the cycle.
Do you have some samples of the end products? What it looks like?
Here is a sample. So here you see, right, the like basically raw material, the granulate, and then the use cases. We are going beyond like conventional plastics and bioplastics. At the moment, right, there is a lot of conventional plastics that we all know, like PP, PE, as you can see here. These are non-degradable and fossil-based. There's a lot of bioplastics at the moment, but these are either bio-based on food sources, or they are industrially degradable, meaning that they only degrade in an industrial composting plant. And with Traceless, we go beyond bio-based on residues and home-compostable. As I said, the converting industry, they can transform it on their standard machinery, making it a true drop-in solution in the end, right? Ending up with a lot of different use cases, mainly disposable, single-use items and packaging.
So plastic is an issue in the world, and the oil and stuff like that. But it's also important that the replacement need to consume less energy to create. How is your solution?
Yes, I mean, as you said, right? I think we all know the issues around plastic. I mean, mainly pollution, but of course also like the health effects that is related to it. And when we designed Traceless, we really wanted to ensure that it's like a foolproof solution, basically, so that on any different impact indicator, it would leave a positive impact. So we have like the home compostability certification, of course, right, meaning that it doesn't leave a trace, but we also ensure that the material is completely plastic-free. It is bio-based on residues, avoiding a food conflict, and because of our process technology and the raw material that we use, the energy demand is way lower than
so
with
less
conventional
energy
plastics.
for sure.
Exactly, yeah. Up to 150% less greenhouse gas emissions than conventional plastics.
That could also mean cheaper, potentially.
I mean, eventually, yes, exactly, because I think main part of becoming
scale,
cheaper is exactly, we need scale. At the moment, we are operating here. So this is our first industrial scale demonstration production plant. It is in Germany, yes, it's in Hamburg. And we are producing our granulate here, right? So this is what we produce there. And it's a part of our scale-up plan. So we are operating here right now, several thousand tons a year of output, and we're already planning the next production plant to be able to really answer demand, on a global level.
Is it going to work?
Of course.
Can you, for example, create something that the shell of this laptop, or what's the potential? This this watch you have?
I mean, that's what we're saying always, right? So I think it's really important to keep in mind that plastic itself is not necessarily the issue. It's about the design of plastics at the moment. And I think at the moment we use plastics for a lot of use cases where the use phase is super short. So you use plastic for a coffee cup that you only use for 10 seconds, but it stays in the environment forever. And I think that wherever you can use plastics in a closed loop, in a technical cycle, so it can be recycled, it can be reused, it can make sense there, right? Because the properties are very good, the material is super strong and durable. We really focus on like nasty applications, basically. So the applications where it's hard to recycle, where it's hard to reuse, where there's a high likelihood of ending up in the environment. So for those use cases, we offer a solution. So really think about disposable, single-use items, packaging, stuff like this.
Is it possible that the EU or somebody else is just going to mandate your technology or something like that?
I mean,
because plastic, maybe we should not create so much of it, right? And trash so much of it.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do something about it, right? Like as a society.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, that's what we are doing right now, right? Doing something against it and offering a solution against the plastic that is not really needed at the moment.
And how can you prove that if somebody invests, I don't know, 1 billion euro or something, is going to deliver that much plastic which called alternative to the plastic?
I mean, the volume that we have is basically the amount that we can substitute. So if we now, with our demonstration plant, produce several thousand tons of material, we can substitute that amount of plastics or bioplastics. So that's the proof point that we have, I would say. And we have done a life cycle assessment as well. And then in this life cycle assessment, there's also shown, okay, what is the added value of using Traceless rather than using a conventional plastic?
And is there enough of this, what do you call it, waste, farm waste? So is there enough of this material to do what you want?
I mean, it's the industrial side stream, right? So it's not as if we go to a farmer and pick up the side streams.
You don't replace what it's used for.
No, exactly. So it's for example, starch being processed on a very large scale to make it food ready for us. There's a big side stream, and this side stream is what we use. So there is definitely enough raw material available. Yes.
And one thing I always wonder is the microplastic story. If I grab this one, if they drink this, do they get small micro traces of plastic in their system?
Yes.
And I don't know if you were to make plastic bottles, replacement plastic bottles, is there a way to have less of that issue?
I mean, definitely. I think that's the core, right? Our material is not a plastic. So because it is not a plastic, it's also not a bioplastic, but it's based on natural polymers. So these are polymers that nature creates in their own plants, and we don't mess with them. So we don't chemically modify them. We don't add any toxic additives. So the material is completely natural. It's safe. It's free of toxins, and it also doesn't leave any traces. So no microplastics, no harmful residues. It doesn't leave anything behind.
So it could be more healthy for the people.
Sorry?
It could be more healthy for the people.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's also I think a super important point. It's a safe material for the planet and for the people.
Are there huge companies working on this problem? Are there many competitors? And how much have they achieved, and how can you do something different?
I think there's of course a big focus on getting materials that can replace plastics. I think there is other companies working on similar natural polymer solutions, and I think that really sets us apart is the scalability, right? So we focus a lot on scaling up as quickly as we can, so that with that also we can really answer to the demand that's there.
Do you want to be global?
Of course.
So there could be in Asia and North America, people should contact you.
That's the goal, yeah.
And do you think you're going to win the competition with the KPMG?
Sorry?
Are you going to win the competition here with the startups?
I hope so. We're going to see tomorrow. We're going to tell the story, and I hope that we will win.
HDMI technology powers the global ecosystem of connected devices, enabling advanced displays that deliver
immersive visuals and sound across entertainment, professional, and everyday applications.
As the preferred technology for digital AV connectivity, HDMI technology and the features and benefits it enables
links billions of products worldwide, from HD TVs, set-top boxes, and laptop to gaming consoles, projectors, and audio-video receivers. It provides the reliable, high-bandwidth connectivity needed for today's ultra-high-definition video, lifelike color accuracy, and immersive sound formats.
HDMI technology drives innovation across industries, including digital signage, medical imaging,
education, and esports. With unmatched performance, interoperability, and scalability, HDMI technology continues to define how content is created, shared, and enjoyed around the world.